Hi, my name is Tara Robinson and you're welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe because on this channel I talk about faith, academics, career and lifestyle. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. Today's topic is going to be an interesting one, so sit back, relax and enjoy. So today we're going to be talking about healing from failure, building mental resilience. It's a continuation of last video's topic, and I feel like coming back to talk about it more because I feel like I didn't really say so much because it's a sensitive topic and there might be other sides to it. So this video is going to address the other side of failure, which is failing when it was not actually your fault. What do you do? How do you move on from there? Despite the fact that we have a role we sometimes play in our stories of failure, in some cases there might be external factors that are the actual cause of why we failed, especially in an academic setting. In my last video, I talked about the fact that we have a role to play in our stories of failure, and that when something happens or when something doesn't go the way we planned it to go or the way we imagined it to go, we should not be quick to point fingers at others or to point fingers at other things, but also to look within ourselves. Accepting responsibility, in my opinion, like I said in my previous video, is the first step to healing from the trauma of failure. With that being said, there are also cases where it is very obvious that the system did actually cheated on us. The other day I was discussing with my friend and she made mention of the fact that how our school messed up our first class results, even with everything that she did to get back on her feet, to get her grades back. In fact, it got to a point where she was almost sexually abused, and at that point she was like, okay, this is it, this is the height of it. And at that point she had to withdraw. She just had to withdraw, she just had to let it go and just let the grade they've already given and let it just be and let her just graduate with it. With stories and experiences like this, it's very obvious that it wasn't her fault that she failed. It's very obvious that the system did cheated on her, and there are so many people with similar stories like this, similar experiences like this, especially in our Nigerian schools. So that's why I think that it is important to also talk about the fact that if it happens like this, okay, how do I heal? How do I move? How do I overcome the trauma of being cheated on? How do I heal if this happens and I'm a student, or I was a student and this happened to me while I was in school? How do I move on? So this is what I came to this video to address. So listen back as I dig right into today's topic. Now, I am using academics as an example because a lot of people that watch my channel are students, and all of us were once students, we are currently students, or we are going to be students in one way or another. And things like this can be applied to almost every area of our life, in our everyday life, in our careers, in our businesses. When we fail and it's not our fault, how do we move on from there? So when something like this happens, this is what I think. I don't know it all, but this is what I think that you should do. This is what I think you should do. Number one, I think you should know that your grades don't define you. Whether or not you're going to succeed in life do not actually depend on your grades. I think that's the one thing that you should know. And even if you know it, I think you should remember that your grades do not define you. It is no longer news that there are a lot of persons out there that really didn't do well in school, but they went ahead to do really great in life. Like they did wonderful for themselves in life. I mean, personally, I know of a guy that went to a particular school in Nigeria. He was supposed to graduate with a second class, but something happened. There was a mistake and he graduated with the third class, which was very painful because he's a bright student. He did everything humanly possible to correct his result, but the school was not answering him, so he gave up and he went ahead with his life. He went ahead with his life and did so amazing. He got a lot of international opportunities, got a lot of international awards and recognitions. He did so well for himself, and none of those processes, they asked him what were your grades. His grades were not involved in any of those success stories. Nobody asked for his grades. Like, no single person asked for his grades. So after some years, he received an email from his school with a file attached to it, and in the file was his corrected result, which is second class upper, and he was like, okay guys, okay, thank you, but I don't need it anymore. Like, I don't need it. Oh my god. When he was telling the story, it was so beautiful what he has done for himself, even with the fact that he graduated with something that he never expected. Like, he was so heartbroken, but then he did really good. He did really good. So I'm here to remind you again that your grades do not define you at all. The second thing I'm going to advise is that you should forge ahead. Like, keep moving forward. After school, you've done your best and it didn't go well. Forge ahead like nothing happened. That's the second thing I'm going to advise. And what do I mean by forge ahead? After reminding yourself that your grades do not matter, that your grades do not define you, you have to forge ahead in life. Forge ahead with your plans, forge ahead with your careers, forge ahead with your business ideas. Just move forward. Like, literally move. Do not slow down because your grades aren't good. Do not dim your lights because your grades aren't good. Do not play small at all because you didn't graduate well. Like, don't try that. No, literally, do not live a mediocre or an average life because your grades were not good. No, don't do that. Forge ahead. Try every opportunity you want to try every door of opportunity you want to open. Do not for a day play small or think less of yourself because of how your grade went. Never hide your potentials. Never hide the things you can do because of the bad experiences of academic journey that you had. Shine your light. Don't stay quiet. There are people that needs what you have. There are people that are in need of what you carry inside of you. And if you stay silent, it's not going to do anybody good. Not yourself, not even God. Honestly, it's not going to do anybody good. Honestly, I hope that this encourages you. No matter how bad your academic records must have been, there are areas you can put in effort and shine. So put your effort in those areas and shine your lights. Until I come your way again with another video, please like, please subscribe, and please share this video if it helped you. Bye.